Now I have to pick someone.
My final decision.
My main verdict.
In conclusion.
What's up?
Hello,
I'm Jared.
and I'm Reese from Fast Forward Film.
Welcome to the third instalment, or the third episode of the 24-hour challenge.
Where we finally find out
Who wins?
who wins this first bout of Team Green versus Team Mauve.
Yeah.
We have the verdicts here, but first off, before we get to the verdicts,
We'll let you know who the judges are.
our first judge is Mr. Jack Bowden.
He's the Acoustic Singer-Songwriter of the Year in the UK, 2020. He's also a long-time friend of ours. We've known him for like close to 12, 13 years now.
Judge number 3, we have Alice from the band The People Versus. We've toured with them a few times with our band, up and down the country, up and down the UK. They love music and they love videos.
For the third judge, we have Lee McQueen. He's an award-winning actor and director. He's been in TV shows like Pennyworth, Toast of London. He's also done adverts for McDonald's, Paddy Power, and he's done also Budweiser as well. He's also got a production company called Silent Running, so go and check that out.
We've got a new short film coming out really soon
do
called
indeed.
Again, and it's pucker.
Yeah. And the fourth and final judge that we have in today is a guy called Elliot Foreman, who we knew from shooting a documentary that we did last year, and he has his own video production company as well.
Eloquent Visions.
Eloquent Visions. So that's the panel,
Yep.
and they're all going to make an assessment of our videos. So let's get to it.
Hey guys, so let me start off by saying that both teams made an incredible effort. Really liking the work I'm seeing. Both teams had a great outcome. Team Mauve had a really cool storyline, which had a really nice progression to it. Some interesting shots. I really liked the first shot you did where you tracked into the car. The dead girl at the end, she was a little disturbing, but that's the look you were going for, so well done on that. The makeup was really cool. The props were really nice. Made me feel a bit queasy, so
Good.
that's good.
Yeah.
The song turned out really nice as well, especially for something made in 24 hours. The video ended in a really nice way, and I think you told the story really well from the start to finish. There was some really great acting going on in that video, so yeah, really great effort.
Big up Sam Mummery.
Yeah, and Justine Seal, thank you.
Team Green, I love the concept of this video. I'm a twin myself, so definitely hit home.
That's
Location
mad.
was on point. But to be fair to you, you were probably at an advantage because of the snow. Cinematography was amazing. I loved the slow-mo running shots you did, and the long take gimbal shot you did at the end. That was my favourite shot, and that looked really cool. I was going to ask, did you add the sparks in post? Because I was wondering about them, but they looked really nice. Colour grade was on point. The colours, yeah, really amazing, really fit the story. The editing was cool, the masking transitions were really nice. I also loved the way you gave us a taste of the ending at the start of the video. I thought that was a really nice way of telling the story. The song turned out really well. I was vibing with that. Yeah, I love the production of it, and I think it accompanied the story you were telling really well, especially towards the end when the guitar came in. That worked perfectly with the visuals that were going on the screen. So my final decision, I think I'm gonna have to go with Team Green.
Oh, let's go.
Wow.
So I love the concept, I love the location and the colour grading, and I think there was a bit more variety of shots, and of course the song was a bit more my taste. But both teams made a great effort, and you should all be very proud of yourselves because that is definitely a tough challenge. Well done guys.
Okay, fair enough. So I was worried about the colour grade makes such a massive difference. I just go, I just move dials until I go, that's not terrible.
Thank you, Elliot.
Yes, thank
Cheers
you, Elliot.
so much for
Cheers
doing
for
this.
that, you bastard. But yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elliot Foreman. Go check his website out.
Eloquent Visions.
Eloquent Visions.
Brilliant stuff. Next up, we've got Mr. Jack Bowden.
Oh, Mr. Jack Bowden. Here we
Woo!
go. And we commence.
They asked me to do this. So you asked me to be a judge. I say I can't do it. You say that's fine, and I say fine, I'll do it. Let's get judging. So I'm gonna start with Team Mauve. Mauve? Yeah. Team Jared and Sam. First off, great choice of car. The Seat Ibiza is a beautiful automobile. I'm joking. I absolutely love this style of music. I think the instrumentation sits so well with what you're seeing visually, which is a very difficult thing to do, but I think it just slotted together from the first shot to hearing that electric guitar. it just all works so well. I also really like the fact that you've chosen to do such a sort of contrasting sound, sonic sound, in comparison to the actual subject matter is very, very dark and very, very sad. So lyrically, Sam does a very clever thing. He basically does copycat lines. I'm so sick and tired of you being so sick and tired, which is a really creative thing, but obviously within the context of this story, it creates such a dark meaning behind sort of the payoff, which he does it throughout, I think, and I think it's really, really well done. The idea to actually bring a character's name into it creates this much more personal feel. It wraps you more into the story. In terms of like what I was watching, I really like the sort of claustrophobic feel when you're driving along, screaming the F word. Did it make me laugh when he screamed the F word in the petrol station? Yes. Only because I can just imagine some poor guy working there at night going, "Sorry, pump number 2, is everything okay?" Ridiculous. I love the final shot with Sam where it comes round and you focus and then Sam's eyes turn. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Overall, I think you've done a brilliant job. Let's move on to Team Green. Number 1 chick when I step out on the scene. So first off, like, I know I wasn't going to talk about the visuals too much, but the visuals were absolutely fantastic. I thought it looked stunning. It was the prettiest video I've ever seen, and I fancied the video, okay? If I can fancy a video, I fancied this video. In terms of the song, I love the distorted sounding bass synth at the beginning. Jake, lyrically, is a fantastic lyricist. He uses a lot of internal rhymes throughout this. Right from the beginning, this story will never end, mystery all in my head. It's just ridiculous to create something sounding so professional in 24 hours. Now I have to pick someone. Don't like this bit. I would say for my own personal enjoyment and what struck me more would be the Team Mauve video. So I'm gonna go with Team Mauve, Jared and Sam, but both videos were absolutely incredible. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Jack.
Oh.
Thank you, my friend. So it's 1-1. We're 1-1. Check him out, honestly, Jack Bowden.
Thank you for your vote, Jack. I still love you, but what can I say? Disappointed. Moving on.
Let's see what Lee has to say.
Let's.
Okay, hi guys. First of all, kudos to you both for like taking on this absolutely mad challenge. And secondly, thanks for asking me to sort of give my little verdict on it. Obviously, I could give like a massively in-depth analysis, but I'm not going to do that. So I've broken it down into...
Lee, this video is 22 minutes.
It's a bit of an in-depth analysis, isn't it, mate? Regardless, thank you.
So I'm going to go with Jared's first because he was the first video. I always have like a little red flag comes up when if I'm starting to work with a concept that I believe is kind of quite triggering for some people and can be... I have to know that I have the time and the budget to be able to execute the thing properly. Yeah, I'll be afraid that I'll try and oversimplify or something, the issues involved. So when you've got something dealing with, you know, loss due to drug use and those kind of things, yeah, I'm very wary of that. So when you first started talking like that, I was like, oh no, because, you know, like especially with a very short turnaround, it might, you know, if you don't handle the things properly, things can come off as like funny when they shouldn't and that kind of stuff. I was actually pleasantly surprised having a central performance from Sam that was actually believable. He handled that very well. So although like very high concept and very interesting to start writing a song from that end, I did think in a way made it life a lot harder for himself by doing that. I must admit, out of the two songs, the Sam song was one that is something probably that I would more be inclined to listen to, just out of my own sort of preferences. So I just thought it was really, really well constructed as a song. I thought the lyrics were really good. When you get to the lines later, like Lily, where are you? Lily, I can't get through. That part I thought was particularly a really nice way for the song to go. Then when it came to Reese's one, obviously I watched that second, but the theme came up, and I have to admit I love a bit of sci-fi kind of elements, dystopian kind of elements. It's a cool concept as well for a song potentially to start from. Jake's song. Now, it's not something, again, I normally gravitate towards in terms of my music taste, but I really felt this one was, again, really matched what you were talking about thematically for the whole thing. It had a real cinematic feel immediately. You know, as soon as the song starts, it really just takes you into. You can feel it's slightly more epic and everything like that. And I thought Jake did an amazing job at like kind of grounding it in a reality, but giving you information about obviously the plot, if you like. But yeah, I mean, I thought Jake's song was really strong too. One thing I'd say, just out of a tasting, I think the font of the opening kind of
terrible.
explanation was just a little bit like hard to read. But then as soon as it gets in there and you've got like the little fast forward film disappears behind the tree and all that kind of stuff, it was really cool. You know what I mean? You're kind of in, and you know, your selection of shots and the way that you kind of keep the energy moving through the whole thing was great. And again, obviously, like, you know, color grading is your vibe. I saw some VFX sort of stuff in there as well, with the light leaks and sparks and different things like that. So, you know, there's a finesse and the skills in there. One thing that, you know, when in the explainer video, when you're kind of going through it and you come up with the idea partway through of, hang on, I've got a twin, let's use the twins in it. So I was really excited to see a lot of shots involving twins and what you could do with that.
I agree with you 100%, Lee. On everything you've said so far, I agree with.
God, great insights. Great insights.
There were more takes of the twin, just so you know. I chose to not put them in because they didn't look as good.
Just felt like I'd been kind of teased with that thematic thing, and I thought, oh, that's going to be in the actual video, and obviously it wasn't as explored as I thought it was going to be in there. That was a little bit of a shame, but again, it was explained in like what he's talking about, and it carries through enough. It was just that I think I just had an expectation that there could be something like really cool to explore there, you know, especially when you've got two people that look the same. Okay, so on to my main verdict. Although in general I would lean more towards the music of Sam in terms of like my own personal taste, I would have to say that overall as a verdict I would probably say that Reese just picked it for me anyway. In the sense of the way that the theme was explored in both the song and the visuals. It all kind of married together a bit more for me and had a bit more unity. The video for Jared, I thought it was, you know, again, a brave thing to take on, and it was handled really well. I just felt like overall, overarching, whether it could have done with a bit more of a style, it wasn't quite as immediate and connected as Reese's kind of world creation was, you know, right from the outset. Again, it's my preference, like in the terms of like sort of dystopian sci-fi futures as well. I mean, you're always going to win me over with stuff like that. So Reese always had that little bit of an advantage. But yeah, overall, again, two amazing videos, two guys who you definitely should do more and more of these. And yeah, great work.
Thank you, Lee.
Honestly, I value your insights enormously, mate.
If you'd have said both of them were shite, but you told us the reasons they were
Why,
shite,
yeah.
would have been like totally fair. We're still learning, both of us.
Yeah.
So it could either be a green win, or it could be
A team draw.
It could be a team draw.
Let's find out. Oh no.
Hi, I'm Alice, the lead singer of the People Verses, and I've been asked to contribute some thoughts to this judging panel. So first of all, Team Green, straight in there's a plot. It's very clear. Maybe even it's too clear. It was in the lyrics. The title card said exactly what was going on. I think that some of the shots were like fine, you know, they were adequate, maybe a bit on the nose. But then overall, the snowy landscape and the emotion of the song, the very unexpected story of the song, did make up for that. When the drums swept back in for the emotional build and the chase scene, I was quite moved. The smile at the camera with that ultimate conclusion where you understand the decision making that this character has undertaken Very effective, and it left me with a very like strong image. I think that last shot was incredibly powerful. Overall, don't think the intro text needed to be that explicit. Took the suspense out a little, but the concept was. On to Team Mauve. Immediately you're right in the action. I thought there were some beautiful, beautiful shots, some wonderful angles, the cinematography, the colour palettes of
Is she talking about the opposite? She's talking about the opposite videos here. No, because a smile at the end of the camera. She's definitely talking about
Oh
mine.
my god.
She preferred your palette, my
Well, there
friend.
we go. You know, I'm all about style.
That
you know.
Rec 709 colour palette.
I'm privileged that you think that that's good.
Fair enough.
It's
fair
a
enough.
taste thing, like Lee said. It's a taste thing.
Yeah.
For some people.
Right, we ride.
the dark, the lighting. It's very immediate. It was very considered. I found some of the shots quite nuanced, just really nice. My only criticism being in that the total package, in terms of the story, in terms of the characters being presented, I do kind of feel like I've met them before. I didn't necessarily feel like there was like a unique twist on anything, which after watching Team Green it was pretty hard to compete. So in conclusion, I do think I prefer the concept and musical elements in terms of Team Green's songs, even if I do think Team Mauve's video was better made for the song it was dealing with. But overall, with the power...
Boosh! Boosh!
Oh,
Boosh!
what,
Boosh!
Alice? Let her finish. She might go, but actually, the winner is actually.
She might. That would be the ultimate curveball. I mean, she's already taken us for a ride. This is a roller coaster ride.
It's the shortest video, and it's been the most damaging to my soul. No, I'm joking. Come on, let's finish it.
The last shot still stuck in my mind. I do think I'm going to give the victory to Team Green here, so Team Green gets my vote.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you.
Oh, that's really saddened me. I thought we were going for a straight up draw.
We have plans for more challenges, so maybe there can be redemption. There's redemption to be had. But I did not expect that, if I'm honest.
Just ripping into you. Yeah. Like mediocre shots, like.
I was like, oh, ouch, and then
Yeah, and
thank you.
then she tore my heart out.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Alice, thank you so much for putting the effort in, putting that video together. Such last minute as well.
Yeah.
We really did spring it on them.
So Team Green has got the first point of the year.
Point one.
It's going to get carried on to the next challenge.
If you want to see more footage like this,
Subscribe, please.
if you want the drama and the tension and the sweat that I currently have dripping down my back, then yeah.
With that being said,
We ride again someday.